Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of En-Syte. I'm your host, Steven, joined by one of my favorite people, Shay. What's good?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Mm, nothing much. Nothing much. Dre will be with us shortly, everybody. So bear with Tammy. Make sure she first. Hey, Tammy, what's up? She made sure she was first up on the docket.
Yes, that's what's up, Tam.
And so another beautiful day, another beautiful topic. Can't ask much more than that, right? Right? Yeah, right. You can't ask much more than that. Because I know yesterday there was a it was called as being, man bashing and stuff like that. Hey Tracy, how you doing?
Hey, Miss Green.
So it's like so it's like yesterday it seemed like we was like attacking and kind of like bashing. So all that extra stuff. So Russell said yes it can. So it's
He
like,
came straight in.
said yes it can. Like, yeah. So today we ain't gonna be bashing and nothing like that. We gonna ask a simple question. I mean, this is probably the most simplest of simple questions as it can be. But I'm pretty sure most of the answers are either going to be the same or we're going to have some conflict or some things like that. Because even though a question could be simple, nothing's really ever simple on this show.
Right?
So, my question, our question, I should say, from me, Shay, and when Dre pop on, from all of us to all of you that are watching right now, can the lack of attention cause you to fall out of love? Can that make you fall out of love with somebody because of lack of attention? And I seen this. I mean, I ain't seen this. Actually, this was given to me. I say I seen this because sometimes I forget why I be getting topics from. But I was given to this by a really, really good friend of mine, really close friend of mine. She gave it to me, and she said like future topic, and I'm like, yeah. And I said, yeah, definitely. So I really think that this is a really good question. This is, and Russell, right? Russell and Tracy both say yep and yes. Now the question is, because Dre's not here, and normally he'll ask you this. So what is falling in love? Or what is falling out of love? He'll give you one of those types of questions. Oh, he is right now. Speak of the devil. What up, big bro?
What's happening? What's happening? Everybody, hey, how y'all doing? How you doing? Man, it's been one, man. It's been one real quick. I do apologize for being late. I'm sorry.
No, man, you solid. You solid. It's rough on all of us. It's rough on all of us on them days.
Yeah.
Actually.
Man, I'm
Yes.
telling when
Policy.
when that EDR food hits you, man, and you incapacitated for a little while, man. That's all I got to say. I ain't going no further, man.
Yeah, no need to. No need to. We fully understand. We fully
Man,
understand. So
what's going on, Tracy? What's up, Russell? Hey, Tam, what's going on, family?
yeah, Tammy
Hey,
made sure she was
Shabo, what's up,
first.
boo?
What's up? What's up?
Oh man, so what else? So we hit the question
Oh,
already.
we already hit the question already because I
Yeah.
was actually intimidated. I was actually imitating you because like I'm saying like because everybody said so far everybody's saying yes and yep to the question. Tracy did and Russell said like can lack of attention make you fall out of love? And I know I was acting like you and I said like well like Dre was said what is falling out of love? you know.
There you go. What is
See
falling out of love?
see there
But
it is.
also the question is what is lack of attention?
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest question because we can always say lack of attention, but let's break down something. Some people don't know how to love the way you want to be loved,
Right.
Yeah.
and some people can only give you the amount of love that they have in their heart.
Yeah.
So I mean that doesn't make them. That doesn't mean that they're not giving you the attention that you deserve, but that's all they know.
Right.
So that's the whole thing is. So that's why I asked the question is, what is lack of attention, and also, shit, what is love? It's how you look at it.
Yeah.
Because people only know how to love from what they're used and what they're accustomed to, and some people only have this amount of love, and a lot of people have this amount of love. So you don't know what somebody's been through previously, and I'm not talking about in relationship wise. It's what their upbringing. Because some people are brought up very hard. We always talk about it. Some people brought up on love, some people brought up on survival.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have to always look at those situations when we're dealing with it, when you're dealing with this question right here. But I'm gonna go back to how the question is wrote. I'm gonna say, can lack of attention lead to falling out of love? I'm gonna say lack of attention will lead you. I feel like this: an idle mind is a devil's playground,
Yeah.
and that's what it'll do. Because you can give a motherfucker all the attention they want, and you can do everything they want. If a motherfucker don't want to love you, a motherfucker don't want to love you.
Facts.
I mean, I'm just being real on that.
Definitely
But
facts.
I digress. I'm sorry.
Are you good? You good? You popped in like this first minute in. You popped in. You just hit it. Just hit it strong.
Right.
Russell got a little bit of feedback. He said attention is spending time with someone and expressing a more than general interest in their well-being and daily activity. Okay, but I want to just go back to something before we finish on what Russell said. I want to go back to something real quick. Now, you were saying like some people may have this amount of love, a little bit of love, while someone have a big amount of love, right?
Hmm.
But what if it's that person's perspective? You may see it as just a little bit amount of love, but if that's all the love they can give, what if they think that that little bit amount of love is something big to them? Isn't it more of a
That's what I'm
perspective?
saying.
That's more of a perspective thing when you're talking about how much love a person can give versus how much a person is used to.
When you look at that whole what that question right there is this. That's the reason why I brought it. That's the reason why I brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
For the simple fact is because you got. Let's be honest. We got some people. I'm not going to say women. We got some people who crave attention.
Yeah,
They crave to be the person center of that person's atmosphere. They need to know. They need to know that you're thinking about them, that you're seeking them, that you're loving on them, and everything else. But then you got people like Shivani. Shivani be like, "All right, cool, you love me, okay, all right, cool, but I'll see you. I'll see you next week."
mm-hmm.
But that don't mean we ain't together.
Right.
You checked in there, all right, then we good. Blah blah blah. You checked in, we holler back and forth. You
True.
know what I mean? And that's good enough for her. But she's consistent in what she's doing, and as long as you're consistent where it is, so that's what the quote unquote attention. What is real attention, and
Right.
what are you really seeking in your relationship?
Yeah,
You see, that's the point. That's the biggest thing is. But we got some feedback. Go ahead and roll, fam.
got you. Tracy said, "Give me back what I give to you. If if I support you in whatever, give me the same. If I'm there for you for whatever, give me the same. If I need help in whatever, I got you. No matter if I'm mad or no matter if I'm mad or upset. That is really true." Russell said the way that the topic is phrased is assuming that both parties love each other. Yeah, okay,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. We gonna put it to you like that. We gonna leave it in that context right there. That basis in both parties do love, and let's say both parties are in love with each other. We're not gonna go off of because this is a whole different animal to say that only one person is in love or the other one's not. That's a completely different beast that I don't even feel like touching with this dang on subject right now. Bullshit you not.
Right.
Hmm.
So we're gonna go with the context that both parties are in love with each other, or at the very least, love each other to a degree that is strong enough to make a relationship or strong enough to make a marriage. Tracia then says, um, whether I'm upset with, okay, she continued on, whether if I'm mad or upset with you or not, I'm still going to be there for you and give, if for you, just give me the same. True. True. It's like it's just like I don't know how many episodes we talked about it or how long ago we talked about it, but Shay is known for saying this: the exchanging of energy.
Oh, she
They
living that motherfucker.
man,
That
she
boy.
yeah,
God
she live
damn.
and die by the exchange of energy.
Oh,
You
good Jesus.
whatever you give me, I'm gonna give
Oh,
you back to you. But if you
I
don't give me
give it back.
nothing,
It
I'm
don't be the energy. It's the energy. The energy. The energy.
Okay.
Good Jesus, man. The
yeah.
damn
So it's
energy.
basically like how she
We,
says
we,
that.
we,
That's that's
we,
that's the same thing in this context right here. What Tracy is saying. But speaking of Shay, what you gotta say about that, Shay?
oh, damn. I'm bad. My bad. I didn't stepped in all on baby
No,
girl toes and stuff. I'm sorry,
uh,
baby. I'm
you
sorry, Pooh.
uh okay. can lack of attention lead to falling out of love?
Yes.
Well, for me, I have a big village, so I get attention like every day. It's the lack of consistency, and I won't fall out of love with you. I just want to blow the house up. You
What
know, that's it.
And that's the biggest thing. That's what I was saying. It's not the attention when it comes to Shay. It's the consistency. It's
Yeah,
Mhm.
that if you did something yesterday, come back and do the exact same thing today. It ain't got to be a lot, but just come back and do the exact same thing. Or you checked up on me, even though I know I'm not seeing you today. And, we got plans. I work, you work, but we got plans to see each other on Thursday. But
Mhm.
right.
hey, give me that 6:30 wake up call, that 6:30 text. Even at 8:30, it's just what it is, and that's enough to get her through.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's the small things, because you could give me all the attention for like 24 hours, and then I won't hear from you for like 2, 3 weeks. It's like, oh, wait a minute, pimp. Your attention is gone for like 3 weeks. What's the
Right?
problem?
But you're a crack. You kind of crackhead is right about now.
Yeah,
like old boy was on Insecure.
right.
Just ran off on it, and then she didn't know nothing about it for like 2, 3 weeks. He just broke out on it.
Yeah,
But hold on, man. Hold on. Let me say something real quick. We got 8 people watching. I know it's Tracy, Russell, Tammy, and me and Shay, right? We got like three more other people out there. So I want to say, howdy, neighbor.
yeah,
Jay Grace, what's
you
going on, Jay? How you
you
doing now?
kill with that.
Howdy, neighbors.
yeah.
What's so, you kill with that howdy name. Oh,
We got some
oh,
feed, man. Let's roll with it, bro.
yeah, good. It's coming in. It's coming in good. Okay. Russell says, what if the level of attention drastically increases out of nowhere, like from normal to being clingy for no reason? Is that red flag behavior or within acceptable parameters? That is also based off of the perspective of the person, because anybody, like somebody may want all of that attention. Someone may want to be swamped and covered and just held on to 24/7, 365. I don't know who does and who will, but there's somebody out there that like that. But that's really based off of that. But if you go with the normal person, okay, I'm not gonna say normal person, a person who has a regular level of wanting attention, then that might seem like clingy. That might bring a
Right.
red flag, and that might not be acceptable parameters. That's not going to be acceptable parameters. You may can talk about it, work through it, but if it still happens, then like, yeah, she worse than the dryer sheet coming out of the dryer, like for real. You know, you know when you
Hey,
get your
Auntie
clothes out the
Peaches.
dryer,
Hey, Keisha. How y'all doing?
you know
Hey,
you know good and well when you get your clothes out the dryer sheet, that one dryer sheet stick to that one piece of clothing, and it's like it's just on there, it just stuck. You know,
Yeah,
yeah.
don't let it get inside the shirt. You don't know what's inside the shirt. You put that shirt on, man. That shit start
You
rubbing against you. Be like, oh, this is it. What's going on? Let me start tripping, man. Just start tripping. Oh
let's see.
man.
Tammy says, real love doesn't go away. You'll still love them, but your eyes and heart will wander if left alone for too long. Like Dre said,
right.
I don't mind.
I don't mind.
I don't mind. Russell says, Ashay, why in the world I'm looking at this? I'm looking at this, didn't even read it, but I'm just looking at this. All of a sudden, I just think of Terrence Howard, like, man, like the fuck? Like he said, Ashay, the fuck, blow up the house, man? That's all. I just see
Man,
him, like, man.
you
That's all I
already know
know.
how it's gonna be, man.
It,
You know.
metaphorically, because it's like, hey, you coming home to get some peace, and you haven't been consistent with me. No one in the house will get any sleep, and I mean that.
Yeah, that's just violent right there. Then, my auntie J Grace said, "Good evening." Tracy says, "Don't go 2 days and not check on me. Then the third day you call and expect me not to feel some type of way. Not."
Who said
Uh,
Tracy? If Tracy had said that, see, we hear, we hear. Because it's like we understand that life happens to everybody. We understand that everybody got ambitions, got goals, that you have to achieve. And sometimes it takes time for you to have to separate yourself
mhm,
to achieve those goals and get to the next level that you're trying to get to. We
exactly.
get it. You know? if we're under each other 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365, like nothing is getting done. Nothing is getting accomplished.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I can't
something's getting accomplished.
if you literally like right next to me, like all like it's you
Like
know.
I feel like there's no growth in
Something's
terms
getting
of that.
accomplished.
That-
No, we not
What?
finna we
Only thing getting accomplished is that y'all up under each other all the damn time. That's it.
No, nobody want to be up in. Okay. I mean, I enjoy
You're
spending time
you're
with
not
somebody. I'm
you're
up
not
under all
growing
that.
you're not growing as a couple and you're not growing as a person. You're
right.
you have become stagnant because you're relying on someone to be right there with you the whole time.
Hmm.
It's like yo, I'm gonna go back for a second. Hold on, let me jump off topic for a second. Y'all remember the different world when Dwayne broke up the web with Willie and Byron?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, but the episode before that, Dwayne popped up over at the house
Hmm.
and she said, I always thought I needed a man. I always thought I was going to always depend on a man.
Right.
And Dwayne, and she said, but you told me I didn't need that in my life. See, that's what you call growing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You don't need that person to make you feel like you're whole. So it's good. Okay, it's good to have your space from that person, and also good to give person attention. Like Tracy had said, check up on, 'em.
Mhm.
Make sure the person is okay. That's if we're together and we're close, I'm supposed to check up on you. That's my job.
Yeah.
Especially I'm your man and we lay together. I'm supposed to check up on you. I'm
Hmm.
supposed to make sure how your day is. To really, and when I say how is your day, to actually care how your day went. Because you get a lot of people, how are you doing? Oh, I'm okay. People don't even get in how you doing.
Mhm.
When that person you care about, you ask them how they doing, and that's it. Or just the little things you do just to hear that person,
Yeah.
just to hear them, let them know that they're thought about. That is attention. But some people can only give you what they're used to. My mom left me at home for 5 days at a time. That's what you know. You
Wow.
don't you don't know. You don't
Hey.
know that
Yep.
well, my mom never told me she loved me. My mom never gave me a hug.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
Mhm.
Um, Russell said metaphorically, okay, yeah, okay. Then Tracy comes, I don't have to see you, but at least check on me. And that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Russell says attention is like working out. If you do too much or too little, you will see a lot of wasted effort and zero growth.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jack.
Mhm.
Thank you, Auntie Peaches. I appreciate that. Thank
Yeah.
I love her name, Peaches.
you. Hey, Pages, what's going on, Pages?
Oh man.
Y'all not gonna get on my auntie patience.
No, we
I love
Y'all not
it.
gonna get on
I
my
it's
auntie
all
love it.
love.
patience.
It's all love right about now.
Not gonna get on my auntie pages. But
Yo, Steve,
yeah.
Steve and Shay.
What's up?
I'm pop out to be right back, man. Phil will call me. I don't know what's going on. Let me check on Phil. I'll be right back.
All right, go ahead. All right, go ahead.
All
Oh, but yeah, man. Yeah, Pete, she laughing. Yes.
Uh, they love your name, auntie. They love your name.
I
But
yes.
yeah, I mean, like nobody, of course, nobody wants to have somebody underneath them all the time. But people, us as humans, we want attention. We desire attention. We may not crave it, we may not live off of it, but it's still something that we want. And we actually want that from another person. And that's the whole key and point about it all. So of course there's nothing wrong with wanting that feeling. There's nothing wrong with trying to obtain that feeling. And there's absolutely nothing wrong if that feeling isn't happening for you to, of course, drift off. Like it's been said. Like it's been said plenty of times. I don't mind if you're not feeling
It's
it.
the devil's playground.
Yeah, if you're not getting it from somebody, you're gonna drift off and leave it alone, leave it be. There's so many different outways to it, and that's something that that's something that is more so like one of those types of things that can't be taught. It has to be discussed and hopefully understood, and a compromise can happen. You can't teach somebody to give you more attention than what they're used to giving. Because, like Dre said, people were raised differently. Some people may like he said, been at home by themselves 5 days straight and really like, okay, I'm just cool. I'm just chilling. I ain't doing nothing. Versus someone who has always been around their parents or around some form of family and things like that. So they're used to that type of attention. So that's what they're going to crave. That's what they're going to want. That's what they think attention is versus what this person thinks attention is, which basically, to me, what actually coincides with talking about someone's past, talking about their childhood, talking about like, hey, how was you raised, blah, 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 to actually get a idea of what it is that they are used to versus what you think that they want. That's just what I think. Russell says, if you love a particular food or drink and you go without it for so long, you will lose your taste. You will lose your taste for it and will eventually get to the point that you can do without it. That is really much so. And then it actually comes to the point that not only can you do without it, you might not even like it later on, because it still shocks people to this day that even though I'm not allergic, I don't like strawberries. And that like gives people like, you don't like strawberries? I'm like, I don't, but I used to eat strawberry candy. I used to eat strawberries as a fruit. I used to drink strawberry flavored pop and everything like that. But I haven't had it for like years and years and years and years and years. And then all of a sudden, like, I never, I didn't drink it anymore. And I just don't like the taste of it. That's just plain and simple. I don't like the taste of it. So that goes in the construct of this. Like, if something is gone away for so long, you're not, you realize you can live without it. And then in some cases, you might not even want it anymore. That's the same thing that it
That
comes down to people and attention.
that's interesting because something like that happened to me. Only thing is, so I like the McDonald's McGriddle sandwiches,
Them,
sausage.
them things is fire.
Okay. And I didn't get a chance to like actually like my taste for it stopped for a while. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try a different breakfast sandwich. So I slid into White Castle's drive through. So I had a Belgian waffle breakfast sandwich. When I bit into it, my taste buds were like, this is not a McGriddle. We don't like this. So my so for me, it's like I can take a break from it,
Uh-huh.
but something in me, and if I find something similar to it, it's like, hold on, wait a minute, nope, this
Well,
ain't
see,
what we used to. We don't like this. Go back to what we used to have now. Like
what
now,
that's just your personality just all the way through, because you can be without somebody for a while and then all of a sudden, you be like, oh, you good? Okay, I'm good too. Glad to see you good. Okay, you want to hang out? Okay, cool. You be like that, and then don't talk to them for like another week or two later, and it is right back to normality. That is just your personality inside and out. Uh,
I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's bad, but that's you pretty much sum me up, like
yeah,
for real.
that
Oh man,
we
that's
summed you up.
weird.
We summed you up between a McGriddle and a Belgian waffle sandwich.
I know, and look, some people would consider the Belgian waffle sandwich to be like more of a high class breakfast sandwich, and
Nah, that's coming from
my
White
taste
Castle.
was
That's
like,
coming from
nah,
White Castle. White Castle got the history of causing drunkenness.
right?
That ain't high end. Let's see.
I know, right?
Let's see. Russell says, and when you try it again, you have to force yourself to get to like it again. It may or may not happen. Yeah, it's just nasty to me. I tried it, didn't work. Uh, Jay Grace, aka Auntie Peaches, at Russell it says at Russell. Relationships are a choice. It takes work, time, and effort. Most people think and feel that relationships run on autopilot. They for damn sure don't. There will be days when you will experience temptation. We're not gonna get into that right now. We'll get into it later
We
on
need
in the
to
future,
talk
but we ain't
about
gonna
that
talk about
probably next week.
yeah, we ain't gonna talk about temptation in relationships. We ain't gonna do that right now. Welcome back to the show, bro. Appreciate you for stopping by.
Mhm. Well, what I walk in on, man. What I walk in on, man.
Now my auntie, her last bit of feedback said, "At Russell, relationships are a choice. It takes work, time, and effort. Most people think and feel that relationships run on autopilot. There will be days when you will experience temptation, And I'm saying we ain't gonna talk about temptation right now. We'll probably cover that another time though, but not today.
Temptation always lead back to our favorite topic of all time.
Uh-huh. Cheating.
Cheating.
I swear we talk more about cheating than anything else. But continuing on, Russell
Hold up, man.
says,
Hold up. Let me say one thing real quick. I do apologize. I'm sorry y'all had to pop off, man. When old man calls, man, you got to make sure the old man is all right, man.
Right.
If everybody don't know, Felton is a former coworker of ours, but he's like my godfather. And man,
the
Felton
man
is like
is the
he's up in
Godfather.
age. He's up in age. So when Fel call, I got to move mountains, make sure that he's all right. So that
Right.
would help. So I do apologize for popping off for a second. I'm
No,
back
man,
now.
man, you
I
ain't gotta
do.
apologize for that, man. Hey, man, Felton is that man. Felton is that man. Russell says sometimes your mental imprint will allow you to pick up where you left off. Hence, McGriddle. Hence, Chase McGriddle. Uh, where you left off. And some will forever turn off by it. Me with the strawberries. Perfect.
Absolutely. There it is.
That's exactly how it is. Russell said at he said at Miss Peaches.
Hey, Peaches.
He said at Miss at Miss Peaches. True, but even if and even if the temptation doesn't come, the desire can and will fade over time if not properly nurtured. Keisha comes in and says, if it's intentionally done or if it is allowed, my favorite personal quote is people do what you allow them to do. Also, is communication. And my auntie just
Mm-hmm.
laughed. And my auntie just laughing right now. Miss Peaches.
But that's off the gate. Off the gate. When you first get into a relationship or friendship with somebody,
Mm-hmm.
you tell them what your expectations is, what you're going to accept, what you're not going to accept. And the first form of something that you do not like in your soul, you check that right then and there. Because if you don't check it, it's a learned behavior for them, and they're going to keep on doing the thing that you hate. So, but if you don't ever check those things, they're going to think they're going to feel that it's okay to continue to do those things.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely true. That's definitely true.
Hey, Keisha Felton told me to say, hey,
Yeah. Earned behavior. And you don't want disrespect as learned behavior.
I
You
mean,
don't want
but
respect as allowed behavior.
yes, allowed behavior because it happens the first time when a person feels that they can do something to you and you don't check it, and it's like you kind of accept it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're giving them free reign to continue to do what they think they want to do.
True. See, Russell got a little bit of feedback. You can't control everything that person does, but you can set the groundwork so so that they know to rethink bad or poor choices.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So, all right. So back to the topic at hand, though. Back to the topic at hand, talking about this attention thing, and can it cause you to fall out of love? Can it lead to you falling out of love with somebody? So, we actually answered the question on what attention is to a degree. We covered that it's various amounts of attention. People like different amounts of attention based off of that person's personality and what people perceive attention to be. So now the
Right.
question is, what is being in love? Because you can't fall out of love if you weren't in the first place. So the question is, what is falling in love?
Falling in love is a serious thing to do.
I knew a song was coming. I knew a song was coming. You can't say the words
Before
falling
you
in love,
fall in love, make sure that love is true.
but maybe it'd be that one song that he wanted to he said had to go. That one song by Shy said that song gotta go. Why can't you?
Oh,
Why
that
you don't
song,
sing that
that
song?
song has to go. That song has to go.
Why you
If
don't
I
sing
ever
this?
fall in love again, that shot gotta go. I'm sorry.
What that was a one hit wonder, man. Let them have it, man. Let
And,
them have it.
and Shay, you got to go for saying, I got to go.
Because
Because
first off, no, I only said you had to go when you put up you put the square up of some bomb LL Cool J songs. Like, who does that? Like, and you gotta go. I'm not choosing none of these, but I'm gonna choose the person who came up with it.
all right, Tracia says, or you can check it, and they ignore you. Russell
Right.
said, and Russell said, at Tracia, true. Keisha says, fill in with some hard eyes. Uh, Jay Jerry said, I don't feel, I don't feel that you fall in love. Oh wait, I don't feel that you quote unquote fall in love. Choose to love is more how I describe it. Wait, choose to
Hmm.
love is more. So you don't call it falling
Ooh.
in love. You call it choose to
Auntie
love.
Peaches, can we get
I
some
was
couple of
about to
snaps
say,
on that? Hey.
yes.
Man,
Auntie Peach is grown, grown. That's what that is.
that's my auntie.
She grown, grown. So okay, I'm gonna answer the question. This lack of attention leads to you falling back from who you choose to love.
Mhm.
I say no. It'll make you sway, but I wouldn't say give a full fall back.
Oh my gosh, I see where this is going already. Russell says, in quotes, forgetting someone you've ever loved is like remembering someone you never knew. End quote.
Oh,
I choose you.
Uh-huh. And he followed up
she
with saying,
said,
I
wait a
choose you.
minute.
I can't stand Russell not one bit.
I
Y'all,
I love it. I love it. Oh man.
my, my,
Auntie Peaches say she's old enough and she's been through some shit. She didn't say shit. She said
yeah,
it, but I'm saying she been through some. I understand, Auntie
Told
Peaches.
you, Auntie Peach is grown, grown. That's it grown, boo. That's on another level grown, okay? Do you not know it's levels of grown? Okay? It's levels of grown.
oh man. Keisha said at Dre, facts. Yes, definitely. But but yeah, I mean, I
Keisha and
actually
this Felton with these hard eyes.
I know, right? She loves Felton. But no, I'm
Phil
like,
used to say
no.
Keisha was a 401k. That's why you go to work. She was one of the benefits of going to work.
Ah,
Oh, oh,
yes.
oh, Fave, oh, okay. I get you. I get you. But going back, no, I'm sorry. I'm going back to what my auntie said. It says, I don't feel that you fall
See,
in
he's
love.
stuck on that.
I'm
She
stuck
got
on
it
that.
bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
She
stuck on
got it.
that. Like, I don't feel like you fall in love. You choose to love is more how I describe it. Like you don't you choose to love. I didn't like you so basically saying like I'm not in love with you. I just choose to love you. So with
And you
that
want to know,
being
and when you look at that, Steve, on the real tip, bro,
yeah,
it makes a whole hella
it make a whole
lot of
hella
sense.
it does. It make a whole hella. Because my thing is this now. I gotta follow up with this question now. I gotta follow up with this question now because I know the whole concept is as they say, you cannot fall in love with more than one person. Now, my question is, can you choose to love more than one person?
Yes, you
Hell
can.
yeah.
Huh?
Take your
Hell
family
yeah.
for example.
Take what?
You choose to love
No, no,
them.
no, 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 no. But I'm talking about in this in this context of being in a relationship of someone that you want to talk to or be with and something like that, someone that you are
Oh.
with. I'm talking about in that context. I know that you can love your family, you can love your friends, and you can love who you are with. But I'm saying in the context of falling in love, or AKA, as my auntie said, choose to love. Can you choose to love more than one individual in this context? That is my question.
Mm-hmm.
Tammy
That
is
is
with me. Me and Tammy is in agreement, along with Shay.
so you
We're in
saying yes, you
agreement.
can in this context. In this context, you can choose to love more than one person. Like, but in the context of being of what I can't say being in love because we not using that phrase right now because of this whole thing has just gone to a different level. So Russell says, I agree. You can feel it all you want, but you choose to act on it as much as you choose to be monogamous.
Hmm.
Tammy said, of course, yes, you can. Tracy says it does make sense. Then Russell says, yes, you can choose to love more than one romantically, though it isn't recommended.
Woo!
Yeah, it's not recommended.
We
Us
got
at
some
like
grown folks
us
in
here
here
on
today.
Insight does not promote or recommend any form of
unmonogamous cheating at all, unless you're polyamorous or you have a harem. Other than that, we do not support cheating. Thank you.
Um, moving on. Moving on. Jay Gray says, I feel that you can choose to love more than one individual in a romantic context. Then Tammy says you can also fall in love with more than one person. You know what? Y'all just make me drink in a minute.
I'm about to start snapping because this is poetry going on in
Man,
here.
I just
Like,
like
Man,
you can fall
man,
in love with more than one person.
we growing and sexy tonight.
boy.
So
We growing and sexy.
my thing is this.
His,
My
his
thing
thing is this again. He been on this thing a whole night. Go
y'all,
ahead, brother.
y'all just don't understand. I don't understand. So, cause like y'all just understand, I've been through my whole life with the absolute belief and a strong urge belief. And I mean, I'm still holding on to the belief that you can only be in love with one person. You can love multiple people, but you can only be in love with one person. But this whole
And
choose to love has given me a whole new dynamic about it.
Yeah.
It has given me a whole new dynamic about it, and it makes you wonder, like, is this why? Is this why people who are involved end up falling for other people? Not necessarily saying the person that they are with, they're no longer in love with or no longer love, but they feel this same way, or even more so for another person, which in turn leads to like the affairs and then people leaving someone for somebody else. It's not just your standard. I don't give a fuck about you. I don't know. It's not your standard cheating. It's just is it purely to the fact that this person feels more so about this person than than the person they're not in a relationship with versus the person that they're in a relationship with, which basically is saying that what they're saying here, you chose to love both of these people at the same time. That's just what I'm trying. That's what it's sounding like to me. No, I'm not saying that's what it only sounds like, but I'm just saying that's what it, in terms of those situations, that's what makes sense to me as to why
Oh, the
people.
complexity that you just sat here and just told us. Okay, that makes sense to you. Auntie Peach is literally cut it straight and dry. You choose to love who you want to love.
Yeah, I know.
Whether you want to love two people at the same time romantically, those are your choices.
I get that. I'm just saying. I get that. I'm just saying. Is that the cause of people leaving other people, even though they still love that person? Like you, just say for instance, you're in a relationship, Shay,
Okay.
and that person in a relationship with you, and they love you dearly and everything like that. But all of a sudden, they meet somebody else that they vibe with as well, and they end up loving that person as well, and then they end up leaving you for that person, but they still love you. So due to the fact that they
There.
chose to love
Mhm.
that person, led this by them choosing to love that person, did that lead to them falling out of love with you and not this whole lack of attention part?
Okay, I get where you're going. Yeah, it's something that they chose. Like they chose to stop loving me to love the
No,
other
no, no. They,
person.
they didn't stop the loving you. They still love you because people said you can choose to love two, more than one person romantically. So they didn't choose to stop loving you. They just chose someone to love more. You muted, bro. You muted, bro.
You muted.
we got some feedback we need to get to, y'all.
Okay.
Cause we flowing with it.
Okay. What did it leave off? Okay. Let me see. Jay Gray says, I feel that you can choose to love more than one person. Okay, in a romantic context. Okay. Read that one. Tammy says you can also fall in love with more than one person. Russell says, did I already read those? Okay, no. No, I didn't read those. Russell said, yes, you can fall in love with more than one, but you can choose which to devote the loving energy and juices to. The juices, god damn it. The juices to. Tracy said, yes, Russell. Keisha said, at Russell, very true. Russell then says, that's why you have to be careful to whom you reveal the kinks in your relationship's armor, because some stick around only for the switch move. Tracy says if you're not getting it from the one you with, you dang, they keep popping. Oh god damn it, they keep popping in. If you are not getting it from the one that you are going, if you're not getting it from the one you're going to get it from, the one you want, LOL. That just confused the hell out of me. And yes, and yes, that's a blues song. Do you know that one? Do you know that one, Dre? But it's still true.
If you can't be with the one you love, you better
Oh,
love the
see,
one you with.
oh my God,
Yeah,
see,
I
Or
heard
yeah,
that.
yeah, I know.
that's a Isis, but also
Yeah,
I'm gonna break one down to you too. Who's making love to
The yo,
your old lady
I
oh
heard
my
that
God.
too.
while you was out making love?
Oh my God. Okay. Russell then says at Tracy, or get it from one that lets you. Just saying. Tracy says, if you leave me, don't love me, just go. Jay says they love on different levels, I think. Okay.
That's what
There we
I
go.
was getting when you was talking about your scenario. Cause
Okay.
it will no he will the person will no longer be loving me romantically. They will just love me platonically.
Okay. All right. So then Tracy says true at Russell. Then Jay Gray says, but like Shay said, everything is a choice. True enough. Uh, Brother Nate, what's good? He said, what's the title of this show again? Basically saying like, can lack of attention lead to falling out of love? Welcome to the show, Brother Nate. Russell then says, you can love me all you want, but if 99% of the fields aren't green, your ass might be fired. Might just be fired. Uh, then Nate says, we don't fall in love due to attention, I hope. No. We ain't falling in love due to attention. We already know that ain't even that's not even a legitimate concept right there. Because if that's the case, then everybody be falling in love at the little signs of just attention. Jay said, yes, Shay. Russell says, Ashay, I love you versus I'm in love with you. Question mark.
That is. Yeah.
All right. And Nate says, what's the difference between adults and wait, what? What's the difference between adults and children? I'm lost on that
I
question.
think he meant to say that's the difference between adults and children.
Oh, okay. Because he had a question mark at the end of this, so I don't know. I don't know.
Mm.
And Nate and Russell said, and Nate, some people do. So I'm just saying, like,
At the age we at now, and I'm hoping I'm getting what Brother Nate is trying to say right now. Nate is saying that you have some people that do fall in love with with the attention that they're getting, their
mhm.
attention, and they flow with. But he said yes to you.
Okay, so
So, but and they just flow with it. So that's why I said, what's the difference between adults and children? Or children, they seek that, they seek it, and they don't know any better. But adults should know better when it comes down to what really love really is, what love really feels like,
true.
and what and if you choosing to love somebody, if you're not choosing to love somebody, you're choosing to someone to give that energy to,
Hmm.
as Shay would always say, and you're choosing someone to accept their energy back.
Right.
Yeah,
And once those two energies meet and they grow, and that's how you form that bond or form the love from which this thing said in love. But when it comes down to a lack of attention, you know, a lot of times, if a lack of attention will cause the other person, not you to fall in love, but the other person to fall in love. Because if somebody giving you a lack of attention, that attention is going somewhere else.
Right. Absolutely.
And where's that attention going? And that's the biggest, that's the bigger question.
Yeah.
Steven, what you doing, man? You kind of.
His
I mean,
antennas over there going off.
you said, hey, look. I said what I said about the whole, the whole thing. I got stuck on about choosing to love. I got that. That was my stuck moment right there. That was mine. That was mine.
Woo!
What in the
Man,
world?
we got some feedback
All
going,
right,
man. See, this right
Russell.
here is a conversation,
All right, Russell
and
says
we're
some.
loving it right now.
Russell says some adult bodies have ill-tempered souls, and of children in them. Ill-tempered souls.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got you. Okay. Uh, his autocorrect
Because
kind of
mentally they haven't grown.
yeah, true. Nate says
They
energy can
strong
be positive
physically.
and negative. Too much attention is an imbalance.
And we spoke on that earlier.
And then
Mm-hmm.
Russell says the lack thereof makes hearts wander.
Yeah. Go back to the idle mind is a devil's playground.
Yep. See the way this is going. I need. Hold on. I know water ain't gonna cut this. I'll be right back. Water ain't gonna cut this.
No, man. Come on, man. Come on.
No,
Don't do
I'll
yourself.
be
Don't
back.
do.
Water ain't gonna cut this no more, man. This is some deep shit.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we at the part of the show. If you guys are new to the show, you're not used to this. Steve gets drinks every now and then.
What
We
y'all
ain't
talking
gonna
about?
lie,
You leaving though?
but we all do. I mean, but you know,
Right.
he
Yeah.
he does a little bit more than everybody else, you know.
What you mean?
But I'm the resident alcoholic, but he drinks more than I do. So I'm just saying.
I don't drink
This
like
is
that.
this is what you guys call the after five conversation. Okay.
Y'all know what y'all
You
not
know,
gonna get on me.
this is the this is the adults only conversation. Okay, which causes us to indulge in the libations with the cigars and the adult conversations about reality. That's it.
I am not an alcoholic. I'm just gonna make that clear. I am not an alcoholic. I know what y'all
I
just
mean,
not gonna
you know,
y'all just not gonna get on me. I am not an
but
alcoholic.
Russell said, "Get the moonshine."
I ain't got no moonshine.
Moonshine, I feel like
I
a
ain't got no
kid.
moonshine, but I got vodka. You want some vodka, bro?
But yeah. Uh oh. Nate says, "Look at the knowledge base between our parents versus what we should know. Some So if we aren't building together, which means we're growing together and individually. Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Um Auntie Peter said, Steve, get your drink on, nephew. Yay!
I was
See,
saying,
we
oh, that's crazy.
yeah.
She said, yay.
Okay. Brother Nate says, get me that Mississippi water.
He talking to Russell right there with that moonshine. That's
Oh,
that
okay.
water.
Okay.
Pop that water.
Okay. Russell said green light from Miss Peaches. Pull up, baby. Look,
Y'all is
it's
killing me.
after 5 here and it's after 5 somewhere else.
Y'all killing me. I ain't even know what
Yes.
I'm
I love it. I love it. I love it.
y'all on a different level of stuff right now.
You the one who got up out of here drinking?
I just went to go get a drink of something different.
Okay.
I just
Cool
said
bean.
water ain't gonna
No
cut it, so I got to
judgment.
drink something different. That's it.
Yeah. But yeah.
But this one right here though. This one
So
right
we
here.
now,
Huh?
I would say, so we now have came to the consensus that we have been taught that you can choose who
Yeah.
you want to love and choose who you fall in love.
That
We know there's a difference between I love you and I'm in love with you.
Yes.
We have also came to the consensus that some of us in the audience agree that lack of attention based upon their definition of attention can leave them or whomever else agree with the context of falling out of love.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
That
But
is interesting.
but
That's
also we came to the conclusion that some people can only love you from their point of view, and they
Absolutely.
and they don't know how to love you the way you want to be loved. That doesn't mean that they don't love you. That doesn't mean that they're not giving you attention. But this is all they know. This is what they know how to give.
Yes.
So you got to sit down in relationships. You have to sit down, have these conversations early on, and you have to know. You have to be able to verbalize it to your partner, and your partner needs to be able to comprehend the things that you're saying. If it's not verbalized and it's not comprehended, I don't care about. Oh, I want to see the actions. You want to see actions, true enough, but what you need to see is you need to know ahead of time what you're getting yourself into.
Right.
you know.
Because if you get yourself into some bull junk, then no, you need to step away from that. If this is not what you want, You know this person's not don't give you a lot of attention, and but you are teaching. You are teaching seeking.
Mhm.
You need not to be with that person, no matter how good it is to the eyes, no matter how good the good is, whatever you want to call it. You know, if this person is not giving you what you truly seek,
Mhm.
you need to leave it alone before you come to a point, before you even get to a point, there's relationship or the words "I love you" or "I'm choosing to love you" even occur.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
and a lot of times that's what we don't do. They say it just depends on what you want. True enough.
Yeah.
True
Yeah.
enough. But no matter, but the thing is about what you want is that if you're attention seeking and you want this half-ass attention that that person is giving you, and you accept that, you cannot get mad when you don't receive what you want.
True.
Know what you're getting. Know what you're getting.
Yeah.
I mean,
Especially when there's somebody out there that you'll come across that'll drink your bath water that'll show you some attention.
Man, worship the ground you walk on.
man, for real.
Right. Kiss your feet day and night.
My thing is though, something that you said, Dre, about people only can love you to what they're used to in terms of what love is. So, and that brings me back to what we talked about earlier. Like, you can't really like gauge a person's amount of love because it's based off of perspective. So you have someone who is like so used to so much love, and you have someone who's so used to little love, but that person who has that little love is loving you with all of their heart and all their intentions and things like that. And then, but that's just not enough for that person. Is
Right.
that is that is it fair to that person who is legitimately giving all that they can because that's all that they're used to giving, and trying their best to show it? Is it fair to that person that the other one is saying like, nah, this, like, no, you don't love me? They saying like, no, you don't love me because you're not showing it, even though it's being shown.
All right, then. So I'm about to ask you this question right here to answer your question.
Hmm.
And I'm not trying to seem facetious or seem like I'm an asshole.
Hmm.
But what is fair in love?
You said what's fair?
What is fair in love?
Not a damn thing.
There you go. When you say it's all about perspective. That's all it is. It's perspective.
Yeah. I just want I
So
just want I just wanted to know
I
that.
mean,
It
I
was
mean,
just a
I,
curious
I
question.
get what you're saying,
Yeah.
but it's all about the perspective of that person.
Yeah. It was just a curious
I
question
mean,
that's in my head in terms of that. Um,
we got feedback.
let's see. Let's see.
Russell,
Russell's. Everyone has their expectations and desires on how they would like to be treated. But if you don't express that to me and get mad, wait, but if you don't express that to me and get mad that I don't know, then failure is inevitable. Okay. Nate says, yep, yes, sir, based on everything you said, Dre. Nate says, I need that growth, something that I haven't had before. Yes. Tracy says, again, Russell, that's true. But if you do let the other person know and they still don't do it, then question is, why are you here? That is one question that you do not want to have to ask. Is like a person you're in a relationship with, why are you here?
but a lot of times, man, that question needs to be asked.
I know it does. It does. If it leads up to that point, then yes, definitely that question needs to be asked. If
Or
that
or,
question is in your
or,
head,
or the biggest question is not the why are you here. The biggest question is why am I here?
mhm, because if you got to ask that person, if you got to ask yourself the question, why is a person there? Like you just said, you have to ask yourself the question, why are you still there? Then don't worry about why they're still here. If there's something that you don't like about this person, why are you still in there? They're still in there because it's something about you that they like. But if it's something about them that you don't like and you wonder why they still here, then that means it's time for you to go because you're the one that's still there. Russell then says, no, it's not fair, but no one said it'd be easy. Yeah, I know. Yeah, true. It's not easy. I know that. Russell said, at Tracia, true. Jay Gray said, at Steven. That's where communication comes in. Then Russell says, at Dre, is there a difference between fair and compromise?
No, because the simple fact is this: you can only compromise for so long. You can only compromise if you're not getting the attention that you want or what you're seeking.
Hmm.
You can only continue to compromise for so long, and then you're just going to leave it alone. I've told you this before. I've told you this before. But this person is loving you from the perspective that they know, and they're giving you all that they have. And if that's all they can give you, then you know you're compromising for nothing. But
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
it. Thanks, Famo.
Russell says just got to bounce at that point. Jay Gray said, "This is good. Y'all own it tonight. Thank you. Appreciate it. We try to do
And
what we
thank you. We
can.
appreciate that.
We really do what we can. Really, they do the talking. I just sit here." Uh, Russell said, "At Dre well said, sir." Man, but yeah, this one right here, this one right here. I didn't think it was going to hit how it was going to hit,
I
and
did.
I didn't think I knew it was going to hit, but I didn't think it was going to hit the way that it hit. I know you knew because I know remember when I first told you this topic, you had that look on your face like, wait, what? Wait, what? So
So hey, we can't just say somebody gave it to us. We got to give the person their credit,
oh, of
Stephen.
course, so of course. Now, okay, well, let me read this real quick. Russell says, but if the person is demanding more than what you're capable of, is it worth sticking it out and trying to meet that mark? We'll get to that in just a second. But this particular topic right here, which is just a banger, it's probably gonna be one of the better shows, of this damn show. One of the better episodes of this show, I should say, came from my friend Thea. She sent me something that she found on Facebook, and she sent it to me and asked, "Is this gonna be this could be possibly a future topic?" Like, yeah. And I told her tomorrow because she sent me this yesterday. She sent me this yesterday, and this right here, I did not expect it to be as impactful and as knowledgeable as it is or as it
But you know,
was.
we always bang when it's all three of us together.
Oh, of course, of
True.
course.
Oh, here you go. Here you go. I should be petty and disappear on Tuesday.
Hey, well,
See,
this
this is why Nelly be like, so y'all ain't fight today. She
we
be
always
know we be fighting.
Russell says,
Yes.
give
It says,
Madam
give
Thea a
Madam
fist
Thea
bump for
a
me.
fist bump for
Oh,
me. Yes, she did that one.
yeah, she did. She did. She most definitely,
yeah,
definitely did.
man. Getting back to what Russell just said, man.
Yeah.
You know, we have to really look at it. You're demanding something in a relationship. You shouldn't have to demand anything. In a relationship, it should be given. You say it, it's mentioned. You move it, and you move it towards that mark to make it happen. But if you continue to demand something, that means that there's some unhappiness somewhere in that relationship. So it's to a point that, like you said a little bit earlier, you got to bounce.
Yeah.
You can't keep on demanding something that somebody is not giving you,
Right.
and then it becomes to a point that that person starts thinking that you're nagging or something like that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
don't. I mean, you say what you have to say, and you asking for a certain amount of this and that. And if that person cannot give you what you're asking for, then you leave it alone because you don't have to demand nothing from nobody because what's going to be given to you is going to be given to you naturally.
Right.
And if you demanding it, if you have to demand something, that person start giving it to you. That means it's like they're only giving you this to shut you up, and it's not given freely from the heart. That's just my opinion. I could be totally wrong, but that's just my opinion. And it's only to satisfy you for a second or so.
But that's only if they do it for just that moment and then start back doing what they were doing. So I fully agree with you on that. The only offside I gotta say, like if it's something that does change and you're like, hey, you need to stop doing this or do this or they give me this and they do it and they continuously do it because they realize, okay, that's something to learn from, then more than likely that's more so coming from the heart as opposed to just keeping that person shut. But if they just like do it for like a month or two and go back to what they were before, then yeah, it was just to keep them mouth shut.
That's the behavior that they know. Thanks, bro. No, appreciate it.
Hmm. Yeah. And Russell said at Dre 100% correct. Man, but yeah, this one right here, this one right here, this one right here. One of these days, I'm gonna go through every episode and I'm gonna pick the top 10 episodes.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. I know my personal favorite one was when Shay was like, "We gonna do this on the internet. We doing this on the internet. We doing this on the internet." That's my favorite episode ever. And every time I tell people about the show, I always go back to that episode right there, and that's what I send them. I send them that clip.
Oh, my favorite episode was when Steven got drunk. And before we went live, we told him, we said, Steven, don't get drunk on the show. And Steven got drunk on the show. Like he did that lean and got drunk. He was so oh, I can't even remember what episode that was, but he got faced. We literally that's when he was drinking his fruit punch and vodka.
Hey, don't knock it. It was don't knock it till you try. It was pretty damn good. It was pretty damn good.
But
Wait,
everybody in the audience
wasn't
like,
that the
hey,
200th episode?
don't get cold.
Wasn't that the 200th episode? That's the only time I drank was the 200th episode. Yes.
It probably was that we specifically was like, Steven, don't get drunk on the show. And Steven got wasted.
Quick,
I did not get wasted.
quick, quick.
He
I did
man,
not get wasted. I felt nicely fucking buzzed. That was it.
Nah, you was pop, bro.
I was not topped at all.
You
I
was
not.
pop, bro. You
I
was, man.
not. I
You
was
was
not
pop,
popped at
bro,
all.
bro. When we talk on the side of this, after this, me and you can have a conversation after this, and I can tell you exactly what went on that night. So if you want to go there, we can go there.
We ain't going there, not live.
But it'd
We
be
ain't going
me
there
and you
live.
on now.
We ain't gonna go there live.
that
We'll go. We can
was
go there. But we ain't gonna go there live. So
All
with that
right,
being
then, cool.
said, with that being said,
Tracy got some feedback. With that being said,
Tracy says, if I stop asking you for help or assistance, or just stop asking altogether, and I see you,
you
and I see someone else doing what I was asking you for, don't get mad. It's your fault because you had the opportunity.
most definitely.
Yeah. Man. Well, with that being said, this is another nice, great episode. Like I may go through the context of everything and try and find a top 10. Like I'm literally gonna go through like every listen, y'all, this is episode 218. So imagine what I gotta go through to get a top 10.
Mm.
I'm actually gonna take the time out. I'm actually gonna take a time out and actually go through it bit by bit and actually find myself a top 10 and bring it to y'all one time. I don't know when, but I don't know what, but I'm gonna find the top 10. I'm gonna write down episode numbers and names and titles and stuff like that, and just go right on through it. I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna go through all the ones here on YouTube, then go through all the ones on Facebook, and we just gonna roll on from there. Because it's like a good. I don't know how many videos I got on YouTube, but I got videos on YouTube, and I got probably even more on Facebook. So, with that being said, I want to thank everybody who showed up today: Tracy, Russell, Brother Nate, Auntie Pages, Keisha. Oh my God, who else? Let's see, Tammy.
Tammy was with us.
Yeah,
Yeah, Tammy
Tammy,
was with us.
Russell, Tracy,
Keisha was with
Keisha, Auntie Peaches. Oh, Brother Nate. I think that's everybody who strolled through. Everybody who strolled through. Yeah, that was everybody
Yeah,
who strolled
that's
through.
it. That's it.
That's everybody who
And the
strolled
people who what? And the
through.
people who didn't say anything. Howdy,
Hi,
neighbor.
neighbor. So, for those of you who are still watching, if you've not yet subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe. You kid with that howdy
Cool.
neighbor.
Well, Shay, he having some technical difficulties right about now. So Shay, you got some closing remarks.
Yeah.
my closing remarks is do right by any means. That's it. And remember, find your it factor.
My closing remarks go, as usual, as always, love on your people no matter what. Love on your people. Life is too short. Life is too short to play games. Life is too short to play around, period. I say enjoy life to the fullest, but don't play with people's hearts. If that's not what you want to be, if that's not what you want, step away from that person. Let that person who wants to be loved by someone who wants to love them, and not by someone who wants to be played with. But with that being said, please, Steven.
Well, with that being said, I appreciate everybody watching. For everybody who showed up. If you're new to the channel, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. If you're not already subscribed, also hit that notification bell. Let you know when we go live. We go live every Tuesday and Wednesday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Like I always say, if you don't know your time zones, look up the Windy City. Do not forget though, hit that like button. I need y'all to like hit that like button, because when y'all do,
I
it puts
got
this
five on it.
Yeah.
it makes this video more suggested, more recommended, and that more people watch it, more people tune in, and we'll have more feedback and more back and forth with other people across the world. So I need y'all. We need y'all. Us here at En-Syte, we need y'all to hit that like button. Just hit that like button one good time for us. That's all we need you to do. But other than that, from me, Dre, Shay, and everybody that's watching, we appreciate everything that you do. We need to get up out of here. You all have a beautiful night. And remember, as always, stay insightful. Peace.
Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, John.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all.